The Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. It was spoken by Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he was present on this planet 5,000 years ago. He spoke it to Arjuna, his dear friend, devotee, and disciple. The dialogue takes place on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, a sacred place of pilgrimage from time immemorial. Two opposing forces were gathered on the battlefield, the Kurus and the Pandavas. The Kurus were atheistic men, determined to rule over the world in their own way, and the Pandavas were pure devotees of the Lord, desiring only to serve the Lord. Thus, while the Kurus, intent on annihilating the righteous Pandavas, a global war of tremendous scope ensued. With the armies arrayed and ready for combat, King Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kurus, anxiously inquired from his secretary Samjaya.
O Samjaya, after assembling in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do, being desirous to fight?
Samjaya said, O king, after looking over the military phalanx...
O king, after looking over the military phalanx arranged by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana began to speak the following words.
O my teacher, behold the great military phalanx of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your disciple, son of Drupada. But our strength is immeasurable, and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma, whereas the strength of the Pandavas is limited.
Thereafter the great valiant Bhisma, grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, like the sound of a lion, giving Duryodhana joy. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, being situated on a chariot yoked with white horses, sounded their transcendental conch. The blowing of their conch shells became uproarious and vibrated both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Arjuna then spoke to Krishna these words.
O infallible one, please place my chariot between the two armies, so that I may see who is present here, who is desirous to fight, and with whom I must fight in this great trial of arms.
Being thus addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew the fine chariot up into the midst of the two armies of both parties. There Arjuna could see, within the midst of both parties, fathers and grandfathers, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also fathers-in-laws and well-wishers, all present there. Arjuna, after seeing all different grades of friends and relatives, became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus.
My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me with such fighting spirit, the limbs of my body are quivering, and my mouth is drying up. My whole body is trembling, and my hairs are standing on end. My bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand. My skin is burning. I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself. My mind is reeling. I foresee only evil, O killer of the Keshi demon.
Seeing Arjuna, full of compassion and very sorrowful, his eyes brimming with tears, Krishna spoke the following words.
My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the progressive values of life. They do not lead to higher planets, but to infamy. O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart, and arise, O chastiser of the enemy.
Now I am confused about duty, and I have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple, a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not even be able to destroy it if I win an unrivaled kingdom on the earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. O Govinda, I shall not fight.
At that time, Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna. The blessed Lord said,
While speaking learned words, you are mourning for that which is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor the dead. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth, and then to old age, similarly, the soul also passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, similarly, the soul accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. For one who has taken his birth, death is certain. And for one who is dead, birth is certain. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament.
two friendly birds are sitting on the same tree. One of the birds, the individual atomic soul, is eating the fruit of the tree, captivated by material enjoyment and suffering. The other bird, the supersoul, is simply witnessing these activities. Although they are friends, still the witnessing bird is the master and the eating bird is the servant. Forgetfulness of this relationship by the eating bird or the individual soul is the cause of him changing position from one tree to another. But as soon as the eating bird decides to accept the other bird as the supreme spiritual master, the subordinate bird becomes immediately free from all lamentation.
But the senses are so strong and impetuous, O Arjuna, that they forcibly carry away the mind, even of a man of discrimination, who is endeavoring to control them. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them. And from such attachment, lust develops. And from lust, anger arises. From anger, delusion arises. And from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. And when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. There are 3 gates leading down to hell. These are lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should therefore give up these 3 things. One who is freed from these 3 gates to hell, O Arjuna, performs good for his self-realization and thus gradually attains to the supreme destination.
O descendant of Vrishni, by what is one impelled to sinful acts, even though unwillingly, as if engaged by force?
It is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material modes of passion, and later transformed into wrath, which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. as fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, or as an embryo is covered by the womb. Similarly, the living entity is covered in different degrees of this lust. Thus, a man's pure consciousness is covered by his eternal enemy in the form of lust, which is never satisfied and burns like fire. Therefore, O Arjuna, best of the Bharatas, in the very beginning curb the great symbol of sin, lust, by regulating the senses, and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivishvan, and Vivishvan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshaka. The supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Although I am unborn, and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all sentient beings, I still appear in every millennium in my transcendental form. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself, in order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to reestablish the principles of religion. I advent myself, millennium after millennium. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in the material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a bona fide spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. And when you have thus learned the truth, you will know that all living beings are my parts and parcels, and that they are in me and are mine. Even if you are considered to be the most sinful of all sinners, when you are situated in the boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be able to cross over the ocean of miseries. Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Arjuna, stand and fight.
O Krishna, first of all you ask me to renounce work, and then again you recommend work with devotion. Now will you kindly tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial?
The renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of works. Unless one is engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, mere renunciation of activities cannot make one happy. Sage, purified by works of devotion, achieves the supreme without delay. The humble sage sees with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmin, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater. Such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. In this way, the self-realized person enjoys unlimited happiness, for he concentrates on the Supreme. One who is unattached to the fruits of his work, and who works as he is obligated, is in the renounced order of life, and he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no work. What is called renunciation is the same as yoga, or linking oneself with the Supreme. For no one can become a yogi unless he renounces the desire for sense gratification. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately connected with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. Now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these 8 comprise my separated material energies. Besides this inferior energy, O mighty Arjuna, there is a superior energy of mine, which are all the living entities who are struggling with material nature and who sustain the universe. Of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both its origin and dissolution. There is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and moon. I am the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether, and the ability in man. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, where repeated birth and death take place. But one who attains to my abode never takes birth again. There is another, eternal nature, which is transcendental to this manifested and non-manifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Because you are never envious of me, O Arjuna, I shall give you this most secret wisdom, knowing which you will be relieved from the miseries of material existence. In my transcendental form, I pervade all this creation. All things are resting in me, but I am not in them. Again, everything that is created does not rest on me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, still, myself is the very source of creation. As in the great sky, the air is blowing everywhere, so all cosmic manifestation is situated in me. The foolish mock at me, at my descending like a human being. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. They are always engaged in chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, offering homage to me. They worship me with devotion. But it is I who am the ritual. I am the sacrifice. I am the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant. I am the butter, and the fire and the offering. I am the father, mother, maintainer and grandfather of all this universe. I am what is to be known. I am purity, and I am the syllable Om. I am the Vedas. I am the goal, the upholder, the master, witness, home, shelter, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation. I am the basis of everything, the resting place, and the eternal seed. O Arjuna, I control heat, the rain and drought. I am immortality, and I am death personified. Both being and non-being are in me. Whatever a man may sacrifice to other gods, O son of Kunti, is really meant for me alone, offered without true understanding. For I am the only enjoyer and the only object of sacrifice. They fall down who do not recognize my true transcendental nature. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance.
O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the gods nor demons, O Lord, know thy personality. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own potency, the origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, O supreme person, Lord of the universe. Please tell me in detail of your divine powers by which you pervade all these worlds and abide in them.
Yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy name, Japa. And of immovable things, I am the Himalayas. Of weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among cows, I am Kamaduk, the giver of abundant milk. Of procreators, I am Kandarpa, the god of love. And of serpents, I am Vasuki, the chief. Of purifiers, I am the wind. Of wielders of weapons, I am Ram. Of fishes, I am the shark. And of flowing rivers, I am the Gandhi. O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulence. Know that all beautiful, glorious, and mighty creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support these entire universes.
I have heard your instructions on confidential spiritual matters which you have so kindly delivered unto me, and my illusion is now gone. O greatest of all beings, O supreme form, though I see here before me your actual position, I yet wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. Yes, I wish to see that form of you. If you think that I am able to see your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic powers, then kindly show me that universal self.
My dear Arjuna, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of very divine forms, multicolored like the sea. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore do I give you divine eyes, so that you may behold my mystic opulence.
Thus saying, the Supreme, the Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths unlimited eyes, all wondrous. The form was decorated with divine ornaments, dazzling and arrayed in many garbs. He was garlanded gloriously, and there were many scents smeared all over his body. All was magnificent, all expanding, unlimited. This was seen by Arjuna. If there could be hundreds of thousands of suns rising at once in the sky, then it would be possible to imagine the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. At that time, bewildered and astonished, his hairs standing on end, Arjuna began to pray with folded hands, obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
O Lord of the universe, I see in your universal body many, many forms. Bellies, mouths, eyes expanded without limit. Oh, there is no end, there is no beginning, and there is no middle to all this. Your form is very hard to see on account of its glowing effulgence, like the fiery sunshine which is immeasurable. I behold the many elements, all as glass glittering in that effulgence. You are the origin without beginning, middle, or end. You have numberless arms, and the sun and the moon are among your great unlimited eyes. By your own radiance, you are seeing this entire universe. Although you are one, you are spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. Oh, great one, as I see this terrible form, all the planetary systems are perplexed. All those demigods surrender unto you, very much afraid. With folded hands they pray with the Vedic hymns. Oh, mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are perturbed at seeing your many faces with eyes and arms, bellies and legs, and your terrible teeth. And as they are perturbed, so am I. Oh, all-pervading Vishnu, I am unable to keep the equilibrium of my mind. Seeing your radiant color filling the skies, your mouth and your eyes, I am afraid, my God. Oh, Lord of Lords, oh, refuge of the world, please be gracious toward me. I cannot keep my mind balanced, seeing thus your blazing, death-like faces and awful teeth. I am bewildered in all directions. I see all people entering with full speed into your mouths as the moth hurries into the blazing fire. Oh, Vishnu, I see you devouring all people in your blazing mouths and covering all the universe by your immeasurable rays. Scorching the worlds you are manifest. Oh, Lord of Lords, please the form. Please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. I do not know what your mission is, and I desire to hear of this.
Time I am, the destroyer of the worlds, and I am come to engage all people. Except for you, the Pandavas, all soldiers on both sides here will be slain. Therefore, get up and prepare to fight. And after conquering your enemies, you will enjoy the flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement. And you, O Arjuna, can be but an instrument in the fight.
After hearing all these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna trembled, and with fearfulness and folded hands, offering obeisances, he began falteringly to speak.
O Master of the senses, the world becomes joyful hearing your name, and thus do all become attached to you. But the demons are afraid and flee here and there, while perfect beings offer you their respectful homage. All this is rightly done. O Great One, who stands above even Brahma, you are the original master. Why should they not offer their homage up to you, O limitless one, O refuge of the universe? You are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this cosmic manifestation. You are the air. You are the supreme controller. You are fire and water. You are the moon. You are the grandfather. And so I offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, and again and again. I offer my respects from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of the limitless might. You are all-pervading, and thus you are everything. I have dishonored you many times while in relaxation, while lying on the same bed or eating together, sometimes alone, sometimes in front of many friends. Please excuse me for all the many offenses I've committed against you. You are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being, and so I fall down to offer you my respect, and I ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, or a friend tolerates the impertinence of a friend, or as a wife tolerates the familiarity of her partner, so should you tolerate these wrongs I have done unto you. After seeing this universal form which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, Krishna, please, reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead. Do this in order to grace me, O Lord of Lords, the sanctuary of the universe. O universal Lord, I wish to see you in your four-handed form, with helmeted head, with club and wheel, conch and lotus flower in your hand. I long to see you in that form.
My dear Arjuna, happily do I show you this universal form within the material world by my internal potency. No one before you has ever seen this form, unlimited and glaringly effulgent. Your mind has been perturbed at seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now, let it be finished. My devotee, be free from all disturbance, and with a peaceful mind, you can see my form as you have desired.
Thus, while speaking to Arjuna, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, displayed his real four-handed form, and at last he showed him his two-handed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. When Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, seeing this human-like form, so very
beautiful, I am now settled in mind, and I am restored to my original nature.
Form which you are now seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. No one can see me as I am. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you. And thus, I can be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. My dear Arjuna, anyone who is engaged in my pure devotional service, freed from the contaminations of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. He who follows this imperishable path of devotional service and completely engages himself with faith making me the supreme goal, he is very, very dear to me. Though engaged in all kinds of activities, by my mercy the pure devotee reaches the spiritual kingdom in the end without any pain. In all activities, for their results just depend upon me, and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. One who becomes conscious of me passes over all the obstacles of conditioned life. If, however, one does not work in such consciousness and acts through false ego, not hearing me, he is lost. Thus I have explained to you the most confidential knowledge. Deliberate on this fully, and then do what you wish. Always think of me. Become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. The result is that you will come to me without fail. I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. Give up all varieties of religiousness and just surrender unto me. And in return, I shall protect you from all sinful reactions. Therefore, you have nothing to fear.